In this lesson, I'm going to talk about phishing and why people fall for phishing, and give you some examples of phishing that we've actually seen over the past week. There's few reasons why people fall for phishing. Usually the victim wants to help somebody else out. This could be job details, this could be credentials to make sure that somebody's system doesn't get compromised, or re-verification of accounts. The next reason is that victims have something to lose. This is usually account access, or it could be even money, for example. The more the message is urgent, the more people fall for it. It's been proven in a number of research studies. Additionally, it could be something that they're interested in, like a Facebook friend or a social media connection, like a LinkedIn connection, for example. So let's look at some phishing messages here. And the first one was sent a couple, it looks like it was sent last month, but it says there is a technical issues going on the school campus server. So right there, it's poor grammar. We know that generally when we send out messages from a help desk or trusted source, they're going to use correct grammar. It also says, thank you, UCCS IT Help Desk, and then gives us a real website address, uccs.info, which is our third-party alert system. Now, if I hover over Validate Mailbox, you can see that it's going to a non-UCCS account or a non-UCCS website that's going to ask me if I want to enter my credentials in. I don't want to do that because, or I don't even want to click on it because what if it's not phishing? What if it's a virus instead? The next email actually was pretty successful, it looks like, and I'm going to, let me tell you why in just a minute, but let's look at the email first. Your mailbox has exceeded the limit of 3,840 megabytes. You will be unable to send or receive new emails, period. And then in lowercase, validate your mailbox, comma, click to update. Again, it's poor use of punctuation, so we know that this could be a phishing message. There's also no signature attached to it. Now, if I hover over this link, it goes to another website again, but this one is still active. So if I go to that, link, and if you're looking at phishing messages, please use a virtual machine to do it. One that does not have any sensitive documents on it. Because what will happen is if it's not phishing messages or it's not attempting to phish you, it could be a virus. So I would suggest just copying the link and putting it into a virtual machine to test where that actually is going. Now, this is a pretty poor designed website. However, some of the more legitimate, well, not legitimate, but more successful attackers are going to copy the authentication page to get you to click. Let's go back to the email here, and here's how I know this was a very successful phish. Now, this was flagged by our spam and phishing system through Office 365. But how I know it was successful, even though it was blocked for everyone at uccs.edu, and I'm not sure how many this went to because it ended up in quarantine. So I have butler.edu here, and look at this. I got the same exact message from a different university telling me that this message, when originally sent, was successful both at butler.edu, somebody there, and also this stleo.edu as well. So if one of our students fell for that, then they could have also sent out spam, or the attackers could have logged into their email and sent out spam out of their system. And that's a couple of reasons why attackers want to do that. Number one, they want to get data inside the network, or number two, propagate it, more phishing out to the world. So if we look at what is actually legitimate, we see three different ways to verify if a website is legitimate or not. And we actually have this on our website. And if you're an organization, I would encourage your security department to also put up this kind of education. So the first giveaway here is it will always have uccs or cu.edu in the URL before the first single slash. Some third-party websites may be authorized to log into, so however, a majority of UCCS and CU websites offer valid login portals that say uccs.edu/. A common attack method from the attackers or from the phishers is to append or prepend uccs.edu to the front of that domain without the trailing slash. So it could say uccs.edu.xyz or Weebly or Google or something else that looks legitimate, and then the slash. So that's a giveaway. The second one is that it's always going to have any logons should be encrypted. So it should have https:// at the beginning of the URL. And then the third one is look for the padlock. Now, depending on which browser that you're using, the padlock is going to be in different locations. For Google, it is up in the address bar. However, for Internet Explorer, it could be down in the lower left-hand corner. So, in conclusion, phishing is a real problem for organizations. It allows attackers to get inside your network with valid credentials if somebody falls for phishing. This is a very easy attack vector for attackers to go after because people so easily fall for it.